Hello everybody and welcome to my first ever tutorial video. Well, as you know, I'm doing my Let's Plays and that's my sort of speciality now. However, I've decided I'm not going to branch off into tutorial videos. What I'm doing is I'm trying to assist those users and those subscribers, that are requesting to know how I record my Let's Plays. So I've decided that rather than answer the question 5-10 times over or typing it out in text, which a lot of people don't know how to, well, not don't know how to, but you know, it just goes over their head, and it's because it's, you know, quite hard to understand, then obviously showing you exactly what I do using a tutorial video is probably the most beneficial way for you guys to see how it's done. So, word of warning, I am no expert at tutorial videos. I've never done one before, so if it just appears like a whole bunch of ramblings, I do apologise. But as I say, I'm trying to do this as a favour to those people that are asking the questions, so as long as it's beneficial to you guys, that's all I care about, really. So the first things first, I do record PC games and I do record Xbox 360 games. This video is how I record using a program called Fraps to record my PC games. It doesn't cover how I record the Xbox games. That will come in a future video if anybody's interested to find out how that's done. So that's the first thing. And as I said, we're using a program called Fraps, which is is not a free program. You have to pay for it, but it's not very expensive at all. I think it was less than like £10 or something. I think it was something like £6 it worked out to be, which is about $10-15 US or something like that. I think it was very cheap, especially considering how much I've used it and how many videos I've recorded using it. It's quite a bargain, really, and you know, I had no qualms about paying the price for this program. So here it is. It's a fairly simple layout, clear layout, and it's very easy to use. You can learn to use this in 5 minutes. It took me all of 5 minutes to work out how to use it. It is very straightforward. We have option bars across the top and some settings that we can change within each one. Now, I only use Fraps to record movies, to record my video footage from the PC games. So that's the only option. This is the only tab I ever use. First things, when you load the Fraps up, you may want to change some of these options. It's all personal preference and it doesn't change anything to do with your video recordings. So the general tab gives you your details, gives you your, you know, your version and build, and then also here you can start Fraps minimize so that it starts off down in the bar down here rather than starting up on top. Fraps window always on top. All that does is it puts the window to the front if you open up another window. Run Fraps when window starts is self-explanatory. Minimize the system tray only. When you minimize it, rather than it going down to the bar, it'll go down to the system tray down here. So they're all personal preference, and I just turn them all off because I don't need any of those to happen. There's another two options that you can use Fraps for, which I'm not going to go into because I don't use them at all. There's benchmarking, which monitors your frame rates per second whilst playing, and there's screenshots, which is self-explanatory, taking a screenshot when you're playing. What I do use Fraps for is for recording my videos, recording my Let's Plays. So you click on the Movies tab and there's a bunch of options to change before you start the initial recording. The first one is, again, self-explanatory. The folder on your computer that you're going to save your videos to. Click on Change, select your folder, job done. The second one is the video capture hotkey, which is basically the record button. Its default is F9, and F9 is what I've kept it as. So once you're ready to record your footage of the game, press F9, it will start recording, and press F9 again, and it will stop recording. Now, when you're playing your game, you know, I'm playing Medieval 2 Total War and I want to start recording. How do I know it's recording? Well, all games, when Fraps is open, it puts a yellow number like this 99 in the top left hand corner of the screen, which monitors the frame rates per second of the game. When you press the F9 button to record, this yellow number will turn to red, and that's the sign that it's recording. When this yellow number turns to red, you're recording, no need to worry. You play your game, you're ready to stop recording, you press F9 again to stop, this number will change back to yellow. So that's how you know you're recording in the game, and that is the video capture hotkey. The second one is video capture settings. Now we have down the left hand side here some radio buttons. We've got 60 frame rates per second, 50 frame rates per second, and 30 frame rates per second, and also a custom one. Now this is how many frame rates per second you record the video in. The higher the frame rates per second, the slightly smoother the video will be. Now for Sims and Medieval 2, which I use Fraps to record, not quite fast-paced games, so 30 frame rates per second brings out a decent quality video. If you're playing something much faster like a racing game or a first-person shooter, you might actually choose higher frame rates per second. That will make the experience, the video, much smoother. However, it will make the video file size much larger, so be wary of that. So I default to 30, and that gives you a decent quality of video. Next is the settings for the size of the video, or the size that the video will come out once it's recorded. Full size, that will record in the resolution that you're playing in. Half size will record in half the resolution that you're playing in. Now just a quick thing about resolutions. If I bring up screen resolution here, to record a video and get it onto YouTube in HD and full screen, which means that once you full screen the window on the YouTube video, the video fills the whole screen. You have to record in an aspect ratio of 16:9, which is one of these three resolutions: 1920 by 1080, 1600 by 900, or 1280 by 720. These three resolutions enable you to play in a 16:9 ratio and get the video to be filling the whole screen. So once you're playing a game, go into the graphical options of the game and try and find one of these three aspect ratios, and then record using that aspect ratio. If you're getting a poor performance, say I want to record in 16:900, but the game is so graphically intense that it's not recording in a good frame rates per second, it's really choppy and laggy, then you can set it to 1600:900, and then that is where you would select half size. So rather than recording in the full size, you record in the half size, and that will enable you to have a slightly less quality video but a better performance whilst you're playing the game, if that makes sense. So that is the settings on this side. The second side is about sound settings. Now if you tick this box here, record Win7 sound, that will record the game sound, and this button here, recording from the external input, is how you record the commentary. So if you have that one ticked, it records the game sound, and if you have that one ticked and you have a microphone plugged in, that will record microphone sound, which is how you record the commentary. So whilst I'm playing Medieval 2 Total War, both these are checked, so that when I'm playing the game and commentating at the same time, everything is done for me. I don't have to worry about merging the sound files together, it just records and does everything for me. So that's how I record the commentary using the game. If you want to record the commentary afterwards and don't want to record the commentary at the same time as playing, just uncheck recording from the microphone, still record the game sound, and then add the sound in afterwards using Sound Recorder or another form of voice recorder. So that is basically Fraps in a nutshell, and that's what I use to record my PC games. Set the frame rates per second, set the video size, set whether or not you want to record the game sound or the microphone sound, and then hit your video capture key to restart recording and video capture key to stop recording. Oops. And one final thing, when you're recording the video, you want to record a nice 10-minute video of game footage for YouTube, and you press stop recording, you go into the video file and you see 3 videos and think, what the hell, why is it 3 videos? I think it's defaulted to 3.9 gig a video. So I'm recording Medieval 2, I record for 10 minutes and it comes up with 3 videos. All it is once it reaches the file size limit, it goes onto a separate video and goes onto a separate video until until you stop recording. It hasn't recorded three different videos. It's all part of the same video, but it's just split up into three to keep the sizes reasonable. Nothing to worry about. So that's how I record my PC games. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope it made things maybe a little bit clearer for you, and you never know, it might inspire you to give it a try, because it is very simple. The next step is how I actually get those videos onto YouTube using a program called Vegas Pro. So join me then. I'll see you soon.